And I think the game's already been going on for a while, so we'll just check out how that goes. So yeah, pretty standard opening.
Yeah,
Just
very normal opening.
yeah, just
Popular
taking yeah.
opening. Yeah, and now black approach the corner, and white takes center. Just
yeah.
so
Yeah, so far so good. Pretty standard.
yeah. I think this is machine playing recently.
AlphaGo style, huh?
Yeah, AI style. And if there's no stone here, normally black just play here.
Right.
But now there is a stone here, so
Black can rise up to the
black
fourth line.
rise the fourth line, and
Yeah.
white extend.
We used to say that this shape is pretty bad for white, bad for black, right? Before the rise of AlphaGo, because we're told that we should never let our opponent get an easy, two stones and three space extension, right? That's the definition of good shape. So that was the old theory, but now I suppose we're revolutionizing the game with the rise of artificial intelligence. So. It's almost kind of one of the most common Josepis now, right? After the approach, black just kicks and just takes the corner.
Yeah, after the AI defeat humans, so many Go theories change a lot.
Does that change your perception of the game as well?
uh, but I think the AI help us to renew the game because the human thinking and learning knowledge is very limited.
Right.
Yeah. Also, develop many theories about the Go theories.
Yeah. I mean, previously there wasn't. I mean, this game is so hard, right? Well, I say that, but then again, it's very easy to get started in. It's there are always going to be a lot of variations, right? But previously, we've always been trying to explore the pinnacle of optimal play, and we didn't know where to go with that. But of course, with AIs, which can read much further than human brains can, we're able to maybe take cues from what the AI recommends, and then we'll be able to try to apply that to our game. So yeah, I think so far it's still probably even, right? It seems pretty normal for both players.
Yes, yes. So now we back to the game. The black continue to attack the corner.
Yeah, because white didn't respond to that earlier.
Yeah. So if white answer, maybe will lead fight the corner, but the white still ignore the corner and take some time to approach.
Oh wow, actually
Also,
white's yeah.
I think avoid black to pinch here.
Yeah, actually, I was a bit surprised to see that white didn't actually answer the approaches in the bottom left corner, because we used to say if we have two approaching stones, right, then it's pretty dangerous for the person who has the corner, right, because then it seems like white's really under attack here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far white just minding his own business.
Yeah, if black just block the white think can make the corner to be alive easily. So just like this. So if white the corner is alive, it depends on outside the influence how develop.
So even after black has placed 2 moves outside, white can still live in the corner.
Yes.
But black's gonna get all that nice potential right outside.
But actually, black also answer.
Right, and then I think white made a corner enclosure in top left.
So white also takes and ignore the corner, just to see how the black attack the corner.
Right, but that means black is probably going to put even more pressure now because white's already ignored twice, and there should be some severe punishment coming from black.
Yeah, if white go out, play just like this, and black. I don't think black will push and cut because of the artery. It cannot. It cannot. So maybe black play here.
Okay.
Just back to the normal.
Yeah, it's a normal Joseki.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
And how is this result for white?
I don't think white black expect this diagram. So white just ignore to see how the black to attack the corner.
Right.
So white didn't play here. Just if black block here, white can make a life.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
If outside the influence, black become thick, this approach become big.
Yeah, it feels like black is really kind of building nice potential right in the center.
Yes, yes. So white just play the good point here.
Yeah. So it's the art of Tanuki, right? Nowadays, when we see high-level matches, it almost feels like they're just ignoring each other. So we seem to have abandoned the idea that we must 100% of the time respond to everything. But previously, I think before AlphaGo, we might have a sense of urgency, right? No, they approached my corner. Now I gotta do something about it, right? So
yeah, sometimes you deal with something. It's very difficult to answer, so you just ignore to see your opponents how to do it. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna see a bit further. Of course, if you have any questions about the game, please feel free to contact us. Just raise your hand. If we're able to see you, then of course we'll get to your question. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if there are some of your own students maybe from the past, but actually, yeah, Miss Yang, you were a coach, right, in Singapore for 2 years.
Yeah, used to be, but almost 20 years ago. In 2000.
So it might be a while since you've seen their younger faces, right?
No, I think my students are already working now.
Okay, well, I hope there's some of them here at the Congress. You never know, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I can't. I think if my students come to me, I can't recognize.
It's a good feeling though, right? Like it's like planting a seed, and 20 years later, the tree is still growing.
Yeah. Everything is changed. But I think Singapore Waging Association they invite the Chinese coach to teach Go many years, like Yang Jinghua professional sextant and Kang Zhanbi professional sextant. They teach here, I think, almost 30 years. So there are many Go player students. Also very strong. Their level is also very strong.
Yeah, they're still at the forefront of Singaporean Go today. You can still see their very active presence in the scene. So that's really, really great. So Anyway, we're gonna keep going. Just let us know if you have any questions. Yeah, let us know if you can actually hear us. We try our best. We just have two handheld mics here. Yeah, we'll try to resolve any issues that might come along. But anyway, we're gonna go back to the game now.
Yeah. The
Yeah. Okay, black. I think invaded the corner.
just, they don't like to block the white go out.
Right.
Yeah. So this is
It's more well. Aims more for the corner.
Get more territory. Also, to attack the white. The white no basement.
Yeah. Can't make a base on the side now. It's pretty tricky because that previous approach stone, right? It has prevented white from making an extension on the side. So white's kind of sandwiched in between. But yeah, White's still trying to make something happen. That's a pretty good Sabaki play, I guess.
Yes. And now this looks like small, but actually is very big because if black maybe attack like this, and this is center, and their eye shape here.
Yeah.
And go out. White can go out easier. And this two black stones also have to make basement. Like
right.
Yeah.
No, it's not so bad for white then, right?
Yeah.
Like as you mentioned, this is Sente, so actually white can even make some sort of eye.
Yeah.
Right. And then once you have one eye, it's like much easier. Right?
So black don't like this
diagram.
Just artery here to destroy the eye shape here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but white still got good point here, can go out this side.
So actually, with this stone over here, it sets up like a bridge.
Yeah.
In some way.
Sometimes you choose the point. If next you have two good choice, that must be a good move.
It's called a miai in Go terminology.
Yeah, miai.
We have a lot of imported terms from Japanese, of course. That means you can basically get either point A or B, and no matter what happens, it's always going to be kind of a decent result for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, white's still living long and prosper. in the bottom left corner there.
If black just push and cut, but white don't break because white black can't cut the connection.
Right.
Yes.
So I mean, white also gets like a nice capture of stone, right? The Tanuki is quite big there. Yeah. Okay, so white's temporarily not afraid of that potential cut. Of course, you never know what might happen if black gets 10 stones in the vicinity. Then the story can change. But so far so good. Seems like black's played one more move to apply pressure on the top.
This move just I think want to continue to attacking this group, white's group. But now white still also take Tanuki, take Sente. Take Sente here.
Right. Yeah, actually white attached.
White play here.
Yeah.
This is a normal AI playing attack the corner. Used to be San and this small knight.
Is that a new Joseki?
It's now because if white play here, maybe black will take center.
So black might play away, right?
Yeah. But if white play here, black must be answer in the corner.
It's more urgent.
Yes. So that's why now people always like this move.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it applies more pressure on black, right? The previous move, maybe if black plays away, white's gonna spend the second move to take the corner, but now you can just do it all in one sequence, basically. Yeah, so pretty modern stuff.
Yes.
This is almost happening all the time in professional games now. Whenever we see small knight approach and then a backing off response, we're always going to seek this kind of just like you come up, right? So I think, oh, okay, black's taking the outside turn, so.
This is normal. This Atari also could play here, connect or move to the Tiger's Mouth here.
Right.
Okay, and white make up here.
That's a pretty new Joseki as well. Right? Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't know, 2017. Right? It was when AlphaGo had their like self-play games. And
no. I think also some player played this before the AI.
Just to be simple, right?
Yeah.
And I guess all of these are valid choices for black, right? It depends on what black wants.
There's a connect under here. And then normal playing black just descend here. Avoid white to capture this stone.
That looks pretty big.
Yeah. But now the value this stone if it's big enough, it depends. It depends.
It depends on the surroundings, right?
Yes. So now black just push here. Avoid white to play here.
Yeah.
To bigger this side. So now.
Always nice to get that sente.
This is sente, and black don't think this stone big enough. So
it's not urgent, right? It's decently big, right? Because white can get a lot of points from capturing that stone, but there are more important things happening globally, right? That's why we.
So now black takes sente.
Sure. It seems very important, actually, the idea of sente, right? Because we teach this all the time. I don't know, to I think single-digit cube players as well, right? First of all, of course, when we learn about a game of Go, it's about the basics, right? So the basic rules. It's pretty simple, actually. You've got one stone on the board, and then you just look at the 4 adjacent intersections, and then you learn about capturing, right? Of course, we're gonna spend a session in the future to just go over that, but when you go to like a higher level, right? It's all about taking sente, because if you I guess if you're in Gote, then you're just driven around by your opponent all the time. So
yeah, because in the opening of the game, to judge where is the biggest point is more important. So player have to evaluate where is the more what is a place to play.
Just like in life, right?
Yeah.
Because in life you have many conflicting things, and then you have to decide which one's larger. That's why it goes mirror of life sometimes. So.
Yeah. So in Chinese, all the saying that a game is like a human life.
Oh, that means you gotta save your groups.
Yeah, many theories can the thinking mode can use in the actually life.
Yeah. So hopefully the dragon doesn't die in real life, right? The dragon only dies on the board, but off the board, let's play safe. So anyway, the game's still going on. We're gonna catch up a little bit further. They're actually playing pretty rapidly because this is an absolute 1 hour per player game. So that means the round will certainly finish within 2 hours. So for those of you who don't understand how that works, basically it's a simple time you have, and once you run out of the 1 hour, then you just lose, right? There's no bargaining. It's contrary to Byoyomi, I think.
No Byoyomi, so everything will happen.
So they're gonna. I think we're gonna see some pretty high speed action coming up. So we'll catch up further. So West decided to actually pincer and then invade the side.
This I think this move also AI's move. Normally human before we play here, pinch or here.
Right.
Just no more play. But now this is AI move. Actually, I'm not sure what's that exactly meaning because black can play here.
Yeah, you would think
Yeah,
that. I mean, if Black can make a side extension and pincer at the same time, isn't that pretty good actually?
Yeah, but AI choose this, so I'm not AI.
I mean, this is the same thing as when we. I mean, okay, this is in the headlines now. We all know that Lee Sedol, the nine-time professional, will be playing his retirement match in a couple of days. And this was like back then, when I saw a game from Lee Sedol, and I'm like, I don't know what that's all about, but hey, this guy's won like more world championships than most of the people, so he must have some reason, right?
Maybe white think this after this, and this group, black's group, also no basement.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they can, white can escape, and also black have to deal with this group.
Now we're gonna have a running battle maybe. So yeah, like White's pulled a group out, right? White's also not, I suppose, fully settled, right? Because Black is actually like sandwiching White in between. So we're gonna see multiple groups coming out here, and there's one more because White decided to actually, no, actually White didn't respond.
If white respond here, maybe black continue to attack these three white stones.
Right.
So now this white already alive because if black here, white could cut these big stones, and also if black here to make a basement here and the white answer. So now white think here is not urgent enough.
Right.
So white attacking here.
So actually, that affects the power dynamic, right? Because if White's being attacked, that might affect the next 10, 20, 30 moves, right? So White's decided that the points on the right side are less important than what's going on the top, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This side more urgent. So now white have this and this good point. So I think this is a good choice for white.
So it's a Mia again, right?
Yeah, Mia again. So that's a good thinking method. When you don't know how to play next move, you just think if I play here and the next I have two good choice. That's definitely a good move.
Yeah, you want to leave yourself options, right? Yeah. All right. So it looks like Black will be trying to prevent that from happening, at least to some extent.
Divide the connection. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I think Black is threatening to Hane from the second line, right?
Yeah, can connect each other, so White just cut.
And then, Black's jumping out. White's consuming.
Yeah. White block this Black because next White can connect here.
Yeah.
And also can jump, go out.
Yeah. Yes. So White has many avenues of motion, right? White can either head to the center, which is of course important, and White also has a back door, right? So you can just connect pretty easily. So okay, it looks like Black's putting a lot of pressure on White then.
Yeah, because Black this center divide, avoid the jump, right?
Yeah, it prevents. It closes the back door. Yeah, so it looks like Black's actually trying to do two things at once. So he attempted to close that door, and now he's trying to shut the road down, right?
This is a very sharp play. If White, it seems hard to go out.
Yeah, it seems like White's being surrounded by a lot of Black stones there.
Yeah, it seems White in danger, but now it's an amazing move.
Oh,
White play here.
hand of God.
uh, it's an unexpected move.
Yeah, it's got that move 78 feeling to it.
Mm-hmm. And if black play here,
yeah,
and the white can cut here. I think this is cheat. Maybe yeah, cheat. Here.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, even if the three white stones might die on the top side, that's not a problem for white.
Yeah, they think it's not big enough outside. White become uh, some influence outside.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a small sacrifice, right, for a larger gain outside. You can see that white's just taking so much more control now, and that's more important for the global position.
So,
Right?
maybe it's a kind of a trade, and black can take center to deal with these two
Yeah.
flags.
That's gonna be another game, right? So let's see what black did in the game. Oh, he targets another direction.
Yeah.
There's pretty much only two options there, really.
It seems.
Yeah.
It seems.
It's just
sorry. There is down here.
Yeah.
Just not missing.
And then yeah, white's gonna connect, and okay, that's Sente.
It seems there are two cut point series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miai, once again, the keyword of the day, right? So white's gonna cut the top one or the one closer to the center, right? If of course white cuts from the top, then the three black stones just die. Right?
Yeah. So black right here connect, but white can cut here. So now black can't connect these stones. If this or this, white can block here. I don't think the
is that going to be a good capture race for white or for black?
I think it's good for white because here, white here.
Oh, this seems tough.
Yeah.
Although it takes a moment to read out for us amateur players.
But it seems good for white.
Right. So I guess that's not an option for black, right? I mean, if this dies, then it's pretty hard to see how black can make up for the deficit. Yeah. So okay, he has to choose something else probably. Anyway, we're gonna go forward a little bit, and actually, yeah, white did cut, but yeah, black turned. So black has not chosen the path that we just mentioned in the other branch, right? So black decided that I needed to save these stones.
Also, white can go out easier.
Yeah.
So I don't think that the fight is successful for black. So white can go out easier.
I think a while ago I remember this used to be like black's sphere of influence, right? And then white played that one AI move, and then all of a sudden white's out in the open, right? It looks like pretty comfortable situation for white here.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just Atari's. Yeah, it's a Sente. And then there's not a stone on the second line there. Yeah.
Sorry, this.
So yeah, black extends on the second line here.
This is Sente because there's a cut point here, so white connect.
Right. So white's decided to answer that, of course.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Now we're making more trouble on the left side.
So that's why black choose this section Atari. This also, I think is difficult to answer for white.
Yeah, it's a rather tricky position because even though black's got a hanging connection, right? White has many White also has only knight move connections there, right? So
Mm.
White doesn't want to just push around impulsively. Otherwise, that could lead to some casualties there.
Because the push and the cut is all cannot play.
Uh huh.
So white have to go out.
Yeah.
If black answer here, and then white can push and cut here.
Uh huh. So this is working for white.
Yeah, this is working for white, but black can't answer like this.
Okay. So yeah, black's gonna do something else, right? This is what reading is all about. If we lead to a position that is unacceptable for us, then we have to backtrack and we have to look for something else.
Yeah. So black push here first.
Yeah. And then yeah, black's gonna push and then clamp. That's one of the things he's got up his sleeve.
And if white answer here.
Yeah, just connecting the corner.
Black artery. And then black here. And I think this 5 stones died already.
Oh, and that's not good, right? Because black had 2, I think, weak groups before, and now they're all united. And then suddenly black's taken a huge cut out of white's territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so white's got to do something else.
So white take center the corner, just block here.
So yeah, white's gonna jump. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of pretty excellent, tenuki play, right? Because sometimes we're used to seeing the local position where we always think, well, we gotta respond, right? But these guys are really looking at a global picture, right? So white understands that the saving the 5 stones is probably more important.
I think the playing is danger for white because there is a cut point here outside. Too many cut points. It's very dangerous playing for white.
Yeah. Well, I know Zhang Fan. He likes walking. What's the idiom here? Yeah, he likes being dangerous. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
So yeah, just black push.
Yeah.
And also push. But now white couldn't block here.
Yeah.
You can see easily black cut here. There is a double artery, and then if white make up outside, black play here. The white dies inside.
He's just toast, isn't he?
Yeah, there are 3 liberty versus 4 liberty.
Right.
Liberties. So.
Yeah, he must have read something out that supports this sequence, and it seems like in the game he's decided to push.
Yeah, so white decided to sacrifice these 2 stones to go out, but yeah, sorry.
And then black. Oh, actually, no, yeah, black didn't do that immediately.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
black.
Okay, that's a sente.
Yeah, sente.
And then push. So first white captures, and then black's gonna cut here.
Yeah.
These are all sente moves for now, and oh wow, okay, I didn't expect that at all. Really?
Here and the white.
Yeah, white took it the corner.
Why? Oh. If white cut here.
Yeah.
Black capture 2 stones. White go out. Oh, sorry. There is Atari, double Atari here.
Oh, it's not working.
So I think.
Oh.
Oh.
Did he just read somewhere?
Yeah, like this. So it's hard to white to deal with the group, the whole group.
Yeah.
Because of this.
Not to mention that the corner is a huge casualty. It used to be a white start point.
Also, the corner.
Yeah.
Very big.
Yeah, it's like more than 10 points, maybe even 15 points, right?
It seems suddenly
the
whites in danger. the white in danger.
Yeah, I think Jonathan's on the back foot here. He's playing at Q17 to attack. I assume.
Yeah, so white expect to attacking this black group.
Right.
Okay, back to the actual game.
He's actually decided to save that variation, I guess, because this just doesn't work out very well. Although there's some Aji after all. So yeah, that's a stone there. Yeah, and then White decided to just leave that alone and take the top right.
So we can see now White focus to attacking this big group.
And Black says, you know what, you can have that. I'm just gonna, take a huge bite out of your corner.
Yeah, Black captured these two stones.
So big.
Yeah, so big. Also, we can see this 5 stone White died already. White died already. You cannot go out.
Yeah, there's also like a double Atari at G12, right? Over here, like Black can actually even strengthen the group in the future. So
yeah. This is very big. Inside become good aji. No aji inside.
It's very clean.
Yes, very clean.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know what White's gonna do here. White has to kill something, right?
Yeah. White must be kill this big group.
Because I mean, if we look around, right, like Black's got a lot of strength in that top left corner now, and if you look everywhere else, there's not much to be attacked, right? Black's got a solid bottom left corner there and the bottom right corner, so if the top right thrives and it lives well, then it's gonna be tough.
It seems hard to kill maybe coal. Black use the coal to make a life.
Yeah.
But Black has many self coal threats. Yeah.
Yeah, this is some pretty high level stuff. I can tell from people on Twitch are trying to figure out what the heck we're doing here. Right? This is a very high level play now because we're dealing with very large scale groups. Right? So the picture here is that you see combinations, strings of stones. Right? For example, Black has a lot of stones in that area, and then you can just imagine them as kind of soldiers, right? And then each player is the commander-in-chief, in charge of the soldiers. So right now, Black's concerning the entire group in the top right. So anyway, we are gonna see further what they did in the game. It seems like we still have some catching up to do. Before we do that, a question from Flashback 2233 from Twitch. Are there any results online? We should do this. We're gonna bring you the results as soon as we have our hands on it. So hopefully we'll get a confirmation from our game recorder there. We can also send someone to just run next door because we're actually pretty close to the playing area. But yeah, we'll be posting results of the tournament. It's a pretty prestigious field. Not the largest Go tournament ever, but we got some very very good players there. So yeah, this should be fun. Anyway, we're gonna try and decipher for you guys what's really going on there. It looks like Black's under pressure to live, so he tries to make eye shape.
Today is the third round, right? So tomorrow we'll no competition. Tomorrow is the off day.
That's right. We have a day off.
Yes, day off.
Do you have any plans for going anywhere in Singapore?
Yeah, just to find something interesting to visit.
Yeah, some sightseeing.
Yeah.
Maybe some of our audience members have recommendations.
Okay, we back to the real game.
Yeah.
White try to kill this big group, and
White's putting a lot of pressure. Oh, is that gonna be a code? This is exciting. And then Black's gonna take that.
Black take the code.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now this is interesting for well, a slightly tricky position for beginners because toes are basically, fights, like large fights. Because in Go, as you see the position now, black just took one white stone, right? But if there are no rules in place, then white can just basically take the black stone back, and then we'll just be here forever for 7 hours, and we don't have budget for that. But of course, white has to uh, find something else, right, for black to respond, and then try to take back the code. So that's what's happening right now. Um, so what's going to take back?
White take back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think what black just find the self of code thread is easier.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff in the local area.
Yes. So it's hard to kill this group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, White's gonna find something pretty extraordinary. And actually, yeah, Black is gonna answer and everything because he's got so many local code threads there. And I suppose, code threads like these they're slightly damaging for White.
Yeah, because there are many code threads here, so white black could answer. Yeah.
Okay, so so black just Kazumi here, and then I suppose this is threatening to come out. So white has to seal black in, of course, to keep the chase going. But actually, yeah, black can just live now, right? Oh wow.
Oh, no code.
It's not even a code anymore. Then it's just unconditional, right?
Yeah, if we can see if I try to kill this group like this, black can go outside.
Yeah,
Easier.
So actually, this is just. The code is not even important anymore, right? Previously, it was related to the life and death of this group, but now black just lives.
Yes.
So now, no matter what white does, there's no way that white can take black off the board. That's why we say two eyes makes a group permanently alive, right? So
now black already alive.
Yeah. What are we gonna do now? Had to find something. Oh, actually, yeah, black's even playing safe now. Right.
Yeah, if black connect here, and white can push.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some pretty complicated stuff.
Yeah. So, because black already gained many territory here, so just play simple for black to capture.
Yeah, he's playing rather conservatively here. I don't think black would have done the same thing if the game was dead even, right? Because this does give a huge corner for white. So, this must be an indicator that black's feeling pretty good about the game now. Okay, so white gets that, but I see. So black has a
black take
black has another attack.
Yeah, give some territory to white, but take the big center. So there can play here, attack this group.
Yeah, the three white stones in top left, right? Yeah, and that doesn't seem alive, so white's gonna have to run out somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, I think the fight here is very successful for black. So now it seems much easier for black.
Yeah. And it feels like as long as black, I don't know, as black doesn't die somewhere, if black just keeps chasing white, right? White's always gonna be the one who has to defend, right? And then when you run to the center, of course, we're not making a lot of territory, so there's that. But
I think white's deal with this push and this is not good play. Because these two moves lead the white lose many territory here.
of course there'll be well potentially twists and turns in every Go game, but
even take center one white
uh,
take center to Atari here, the result is not so good.
so it's probably safe to say that I mean if White does lose this game, that would be the losing sequence.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Well, of course, keep.
Too fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to take a look at what they're doing next. Yeah.
And then black descent here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
white. Yeah, white clamps.
White clamps.
And black connects.
Center.
So yeah, white's gotta find a way out here.
Yeah, must
that's a must.
If all died, it's too big.
Yeah. So what is black connect? Okay, this extension.
Okay. Extension.
So aiming for the cutting point, huh?
Yeah.
So white has to connect.
But we see also this group it's awake, right?
Yeah.
This group, so like continue to attack this group.
That's why we said that if black has more stones in the surrounding area, things can change, right? Because they're always going to be, even positions, but then that depends on what's surrounding, right? As of now, because black has 2 more stones on the left side, he can attack. So white's still trying to fight back somehow.
If white play here, maybe black. Don't know, maybe here, like this.
Empty triangle.
I'm not sure because if play like this, this becomes strong and black can attacking this group.
Yeah, is that? Yeah, that looks kind of dead even.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. So
yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is really. It doesn't look great for white, does it? He's got so many things to defend now. And then okay, black's gonna turn. And
then
white has to save the 2 stones. So.
Oh, it's very hard for white to deal with this group.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's safe to say that if white dies here, I think we're gonna see a resignation. Okay, white's still trying to live. This is a good tomato problem, maybe. Huh? Yeah. It's a good puzzle for maybe our audience members. So yeah, white's playing here, black taking the eye away.
Actually, if black's in here, there is a center eye. So we can see here and here.
Yeah, yeah.
So black
takes this away
to destroy the eye here, and white.
This is why you're gonna do all those life and death problems, huh? That's when they come in handy. Okay, I saw a bit further, but
it's alive. It's alive. Can play here.
So, that's what happened, right?
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And then black plays this one.
It's a ko.
Oh, it's a ko, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, white's gonna connect there, and black will cut.
Okay, it's ko.
Oh man, this is not looking good, is it?
Yeah.
It's even kind of a free ko for black. I mean. Yeah, that's a ko threat once again. So yeah, when white cuts, black just took the ko directly. So I mean, he could be detonating that bomb at any moment now.
But if white connect here, it's a coal, but cut here. Cut here. White have to find the coal thread and
Right.
yeah. Okay.
Actually, there's already one exchange here. So let's go back a bit. So yeah, when black cut, white
Sorry.
pincered first. So now, yeah, now
cut
black
here.
cuts.
Okay, and white here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and black answer.
Yeah, covers from above.
Mm.
And then white cuts. Yeah, so that's the correct sequence now. And it looks like they're still fighting the code in real time. So we're probably almost caught up with a live game now.
It's really hard for white.
Yeah.
Really hard for white.
He could try to struggle on a bit more, but I suppose it's a good position for black now. Yeah, well, black's just gonna answer everything, I think.
Yeah.
And then white takes back. Yeah, black just fixes. Yeah, I suppose it's not a clean kill for black. There's still the ko, which could be something. So
this is a no any no any burden for black the code.
Mm-hmm.
So just everything answer it's all right.
There are some codes out there that are unfair right in a way, because if white wins the code, then okay, white gets a few points. But if black wins the code, then all that top left is gone. Yeah. Basically, black just captures the first quadrant of the board. So
take white. Take center here, so this become the how to say one step code. No.
Yeah. So basically, white needs to take, right, and then Atari. So white needs like 2 steps.
Yeah.
And then after white Atari, black can still take back, right, and it's still a ko. But black just needs 1 move to cancel it now, right? Just to capture the 4 white stones at A19. So it's pretty hard to see at the moment how white can come back from this. Of course, white's putting some pressure on the black's group. I think you won't see this kind of sequence normally, right? This is maybe a bit of.
We can see we can evaluate count the territory of white. If they all become territory.
So we're now looking at the right side. Right?
About 45 points, right?
Yeah.
And these 10 points. So totally the territory for white is about 55 points. And for black?
Yeah. I suppose we're taking into account all the casualties black has inflicted.
The territory for black now is about 50, but this group for white is going to die. I don't count here.
Okay. So even without that group, black gets 50 points, right?
Yeah, 50 points.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
So it's hard. It's hard to for white to find the valuable co-thread. Maybe just taking this group, hope to support this co-thread.
Yeah. So, we got a. I see. So, is this louder than before? Okay.
So now
we'll test. We're getting a couple of comments from the chat, so we want to try to fix the audio issue as we go on.
Continue with bullshit.
So
here.
Yeah, and then extension.
Okay, so now black try to make this black group safe.
Mm-hmm.
So white back to the core, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
That's
descent. Yeah.
and then
core threat.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, there's still a lot to do, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like black can just take basically any sort of code threat now. Oh, I'm gonna go back a little bit. So, yeah, black attaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and this, I think, if white Atari, there are many code threats here for black, because now black can capture. Then white find the code threat and take back. Black can find this many code threads here.
There's some weaknesses in the connection, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it seems like black has taken an effort to really reinforce that central group. So this group over here, I mean, there's not much white can do, right?
Now we evaluate the territory. White is not lead match, so black just find about 10 points. It's okay. About the 10 points core threat. It's okay.
Yeah, that includes basically, I mean, anything decent coming from the bottom, right? So.
So white answer.
Yeah, white answer, I think.
White answer.
Yeah, he's trying his hardest. He's still in there. He's still fighting.
Oh.
And then
everything white answer, but now the code just like this, right?
Yeah. So yeah, black took the code back.
Oh yeah. And
we're almost caught up with the game now. I think. Oh wow. I saw the live game feed, and it seems like black's already taken a code. But we'll just fast forward to what happened. So
white try to connect this group, but it seems hard to kill this group because there no eye here, right?
Yeah.
So black has much confidence about to make this group alive. So now black take the call, right?
Let me see.
This.
So yeah, white plays a nice move. Oh, okay. Black just. Oh, black just makes sure that he's alive. Seems like he doesn't want to take much risks.
Yeah. So now there is a I shape here. And here also I shape.
There's also that Atari, right? So black is definitely not in any danger of dying in the center.
White here.
Yeah.
Maybe like this. Yeah, the I shape here is safe.
Yeah, that looks pretty robust. And black's got. Oh, so white just took back the ko after this. So of course he has to keep his dreams alive and. Black Atari. That's a center, and then. And then black's gonna take that back. And yeah, white's still fighting.
Okay.
Not to mention that when black lives in the center, black's also kind of taking up some territory, right? Yeah. Like black's going to that center now, so it diminishes white's potential in that area. Previously, there weren't any black stones, but now there are. So even this is going to become a territory of a couple of points. So. Okay, white took that back, and then black takes this one, which is pretty big.
Yeah, this group also weak for white.
Yeah.
So also this one step.
Is a one step ko, so.
Yeah. So black take the sons and the one.
Yeah, he seems to be playing in a pretty solid way. Yes. And then okay, white turns. Oh, black took the go. Fatality.
Oh.
Now we're gonna find out whether black shape's good enough, huh?
Uh, the white think this can push here. I think black just make a life. Ignore, abandon these five stones. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because this big enough.
Yeah, and black just did that, in fact. So he didn't connect,
Okay.
but he just pulled that. That's actually an important mindset to have, right? When you know you're leading, there's no need to take risks. So just do what's safe and don't give your opponent any good ideas, right?
Yeah, there's only maybe almost 20 points, but here huge.
Infinite. Uncountable.
I think
So
almost 40 points, double, uh, double
yeah,
times,
yeah.
but double times than there.
Okay, we still have a few moves to catch up to the game, so let's do that, I guess, and see what's gonna happen. So white plays the clamp, which is sente, threatened connection there. So black has to respond.
Oh.
And then attach.
Try to make
some resistance. Yeah. And then connect. So white jumps here in the center.
This is center. It's black play very safe move.
Mm-hmm. I think he probably knows too that he doesn't need to do anything funny now, right?
Yes.
So okay, white just takes that back. It takes the five black stones in the bottom right. I mean, so okay, black just cut, and then oh, that's also pretty huge there. And white even has to live here, right?
Yes,
it's sente.
Yeah, if don't play, I think just play here. Not enough eye shape.
Yeah.
So white have to make a life.
Yeah, and then black even has sente now. He probably got the points back in the bottom left, right? Even though white captured the 5 black stones.
We can evaluate the territory.
Sure.
Now. Yeah.
We'll just play a few moves to clarify the borders. So then
okay, why it's just 60 points. Oh.
Yeah. So I'm just playing out the game in real time now. So. Oh, oops. Okay. Sorry. And extend. Now the game's going really fast because I think probably both of them are low on time. So I'll just be relaying here. And then pushes.
I think black's territory much bigger.
Much larger.
At least 20 points ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just from that, 20 to 40 point trade, right? Black must have gained something. And yeah, Atari. Oh wow, even this is being saved. That's not good. Oh, what's going on here?
Back menu moves.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay.
Connect.
Yeah.
And capture.
There's actually a pretty good sequence from black here, right? Because if white connects, then black can take, right?
Yeah, then take.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oh, white's even.
black also have. I think now we can see clearly if white tarry here, black can connect here. So this group, white group, also in danger.
Okay.
Oh.
So I think we can pretty safely conclude that black's going to win this game now, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it seems that black just inflicts more and more damage to white's right side territory, and that's not gonna really help the cause if white wants to come back, right?
Yeah,
so,
it's really pity game for white.
Well, I suppose we saw a lot of fighting power from black. You know, that's good. I still, I think we would come back to the fight on the top side because that seemed to really make a huge difference, right? After that, I think black had pretty strong shapes, and then white was on a deficit. So it doesn't feel great usually when you have to come back from behind. Right?
In the beginning, I think white play quite good, and also many points. It's a good move because we can see from the fights up, white some big mistake made some big mistake to lead a bad situation, and also some I think miscounting to fight. And lost many territory upside.
Yeah, that was a pretty big moment in the game, I think. Actually, yeah, in the beginning, it seemed like both players are pretty even. And that's usually what happens especially in amateur level games. We seem to be just doing about right in the first few moves, and you can't really point fingers at any terribly bad play, but usually the mid game fighting stuff, right? That's the most unfathomable part of the game because there ain't no Joseki for that. there's no Josekis for mid game fighting, so you just have to play, right? You have to get stronger. So I think, at least from my experience, most of the games are still decided in like the mid game, right? Because that's where the fighting begins, and you start seeing huge casualties. So you're gonna see 20 points of loss or like 40 points of gain, things like this, right? So.
Maybe the time is very limited, only 1 hour, and also have to finish in in time. So
right.
Not much time to count. So it depends on the feeling of the game. So maybe in the opening, white might have good feelings, but when the stones fight each other, black it seems stronger than Jian Zhongfan, than the white player.
Yeah. So I mean, once black got really good shapes, right? He just kind of pushed on from there, and he just seemed to get stronger and stronger. In the end, he was. If you see from the live game, it's still going on. By the way, you can still watch that from OGS where you could. But it just seems like black has more and more stuff, right? Because he has strong shapes. He's got a lot of territory, so he knows what he's doing. So as long as he plays calmly, right? He doesn't give white any good ideas of attacking any groups. So then he'll probably win the game. So really strong display by black, and I think we'll still see a lot from these 7 dan strong players. Of course, not to mention that there's a lot of strong 6 dans in the field as well. So.
Yeah, very strong at fighting and good counting, good reading ability.
All right, well, it's a pretty good game. We'll go to questions at this point, but Mr. Yang, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. This was very informative.
Thank you.
Do you have any more teaching sessions in Singapore?
I hope so in the future.
We look forward to that. We certainly hope that you enjoyed the game today. Now we are going to be taking a break from broadcasting tomorrow, so is everyone else, because the opening of the Congress, it takes a lot of work, and we're all pretty exhausted. But first we're very happy to bring this, high level commentary for you guys. So when we come back 2 days later, same time, probably about like 9:30 in the mornings in Singapore, we're gonna bring you round four of the Masters division. That afternoon, we will have a very special event, of course, Southeast Asia versus AI. Now, I don't know the mechanics of that event quite yet, but it's going to be pretty good. I've heard that it's going to be a lot of pros challenging AI, and we'll have commentary from none other than the god of English commentary, Mr. Michael Redmond, the nine professional from Nihonkin in Japan. So definitely make sure that you tune into that Thursday afternoon session. But for now, this is where we'll leave you off at, and hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. If you want to learn more about Go, please check out our links that we posted. And thanks to everyone at AJ Twitch, of course, for helping us out here. And we'll be, posting these videos on YouTube, so don't worry. If you missed our live session today, you can still watch it. So yeah, it's been pretty fun, and we'll see you on Thursday, guys.
Thank you. See you.